The season is almost over, and oh yeah, we got to look back and talk about what went down against San Antonio this past weekend, and also we're going to look ahead at what we got coming up against the St. Louis Battlehawks. Yo, this is Hellraisers podcast. Welcome to all of my Renegades fan nation out there. Hey, y'all ready with me? Come on, it's time to look ahead to 2025 season. Yeah, that's right. Let's raise some hell, baby.
Come on. Hey, yo, it's game time, but then it's more than a game. Yeah, it's my time. I'm steady moving the chains. We the kings, baby. But yo, we rolling, strolling. Ain't nobody gonna take the throne that I'm holding. I'll be bringing the boom in the southwest sun. Or we can do it at night, but there's no way you can run. I'm breaking bones like the music busting them amps. When I hit the end zone, fans are rocking the stands. Cause I'm a sure bet. Representing the town, city of the...
Yeah. What is up, familia? You got me jamming to my own stuff, man. You like that track right there? That is your boy. That is me. Gabriel Garcia, a.k.a. The Wicked One, man. Still working on a little something I got coming up for the show, but that one right there is a little something called Call Me the King, man. A little theme about football. What is up to all my Hellraisers out there, man? How y'all doing? You guys all right? Y'all feeling all right, man? Just got to check on my people. Because I know, man, it's been rough. It has been rough. It's been a tough season, man. I have people asking me today, that haven't really started watching UFL. I've been trying to get people on this, but some guys that are NFL fans, and they're just like, man, I don't know yet. I don't know. Y'all need more teams, stuff like that. But ask me, man, what happened? Y'all won the ship last year. I said, I know. I told him it was the defense. I had my boy Isaiah asking me today, so what happened, man? Did y'all lose a lot of players on defense? I said, man, we didn't even lose that much. Problem was, defense, he actually asked me, so what is it? Did y'all lose a coordinator? I said, no, the problem's been the coordinator, homie. I said, man, this is where it's going to go down. This is why today we're going to talk about what we think we got to change going into next season, because it's time. Let's be real. It is time to start talking about next season. Okay, so we're going to be real with it. But what is up, everybody? Hope you guys are all feeling good out there. Otherwise dealing with another loss, man. But we kind of got used to it by this time. See, the funny thing is, man, I got Brahmas fans just talking, all right? All week I'm hearing them. I'm like, yeah, shut up. I don't condone violence, right? But sometimes people just make you want to. But I don't condone that. Do not do that, Hellraisers. We're going to raise some hell, but not like that. All right, but nah, for real though, man. Shout out to the Brahmas. Hey, y'all got it done again. And I am going to recap what I thought, re-highlight the keys that I thought we needed to do, the Renegades needed to do to win this week. And I'm going to tell y'all, we didn't do none of them. None of it. And y'all saw that final result. You know what I mean? You guys saw it. So you know what? I'll tell you what, y'all. Now let's just get right into it. All right. Yes, it was our beloved Renegades. Man, 15. And those Brahmas. Oh, those Brahmas, those damn cows. 20. Drops us to 1-7, man. Can y'all believe that? Y'all believe that it has gone down this year the way it has. Brahmas improved to 6-2. And let's just be real with it, guys. I'm going to tell you guys straight up, that first half defense that I saw from the Renegades is quite possibly, at least that I can remember in recent memory, when I'm looking back to NFL and XFL and USFL and now UFL, this, in my recent memory, is one of the worst halves of defensive football that I have seen on a professional level that I can remember right off the top of my head. Maybe it's because it's fresh, but I was watching this game, y'all. Y'all have no idea. You have no idea how much I was yelling at that TV, man. I just kept saying, really? Again? Couldn't do it. And do it, man. McFarland. Are y'all kidding me? This man's coming back from an injury, and you guys made this dude look like Barry Sanders out there. I don't know what our defense was doing. I don't know what they were doing. I don't know, man. We were playing zone. Okay? We had guys backed up 10 yards, y'all. And they're just, Dormity's just dumping that ball off to the side, man. Dormity had 319 yards. 118 of that was to McFarland. All right, and a lot of that, a big chunk of that, of his receiving yards, McFarland's, came after the catch. So, yeah, I know I said it last week. I ain't afraid of Dormity, and he still don't scare me. All right, McFarland, that's the dude that killed us in that first half. He did it. He did it. And I was frustrated. Oh, I was irritated. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I was kind of looking at this game, and the more I watched, the more I started to realize that it doesn't matter what we do personnel-wise in this offseason, but JA's got to go. I'm sorry. And I'll get to that a little later, okay, when we do the social media segment of hashtag what say you, but all I'm saying is, man, they did not come in prepared into this game, especially on defense. All right, y'all. Now let's look at it. I told you guys last week the keys to the game this week, right? One, the run game had to show up. The run game didn't show up. Our leading rusher had 38 yards. Okay, Davion Smith had 10 carries, 38 yards. But I'm not putting this on him. Okay? Because, so let's just say number one, X. Yeah, red X. That didn't happen. Run game didn't show up. Number two, I said Luis Bettis got to get the ball out fast. I don't know what was going on with my boy Luis, y'all, but this was he did the exact opposite. I saw him getting that ball out fast against the Showboats. What I saw against the Brahmas was Luis Bettis holding on to the damn ball too long, and I'm yelling at the screen, throw the damn ball. I don't care, man. I saw him moving out the pocket. I'm like, throw it away. No, instead, my dude takes the sack. I don't know what was going on with Bettis in this game. It was weird, y'all. Like, this was, we saw him have one or two bad games this year before this game, but I don't know. It looked weird to me. Like, the dude never looked comfortable from the jump. All right, from kickoff, he did not look comfortable. He was holding on to the ball too long. All right, I know I wasn't the only one yelling at the screen to do this, because I was seeing people in the chats were like saying the same thing. They were like, "What's going on with Luis, man? He don't want to throw the ball. Is that what it is? You don't want to get your stats? I don't know what you were doing, dog." But this was not it. It's very, very unlike Luis Bettis. Very unlike Luis Bettis. All right, so that number two, that didn't happen. Now, number three. Defense focus on the run game. You know what's funny is that McFarland, even though his rushing stats, okay, were 9 of 17. He is the running back that killed us. It was everything after the catch. He was getting those little shots out in the flat. Y'all saw that 52-yarder that he broke on us. He had 2 touchdowns. So I understand. Don't let the stats fool you on this when you look at the Brahmas run game stats on this, because it was a running back that killed us, and it was on all those little dump routes, those little shots in the flat that he was killing us, man. And I don't know what we were doing, because we had everybody backed up 10 yards. So, see, I've come to realize that the weekly episode, which, by the way, thank y'all for joining me, Renegades Nation, episode number 9 of Hellraisers podcast, that this has become my therapy, y'all. This has become my time and my opportunity to vent. And if y'all are feeling the same way I'm feeling, then you can yell at the screen and say, "You damn right, my dude. You damn right, Gabe. I feel you." And if you disagree, well, then you're just wrong because the Renegades are 1-7 right now. All right. So I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Now, we look. So, number 3, they did not do. No focus on the run game because otherwise you would have been keyed in on whoever the running back was, even on the pass plays. Now, special teams coverage wasn't too bad, so I'm not going to go there with that. This was kind of like null and void, all right? But everything else, those top 3 keys that I had, no, it's not going to get it done, especially against a team like the Brahmas, okay? And even so, though, the second half, the defense they got it together, okay? They started kind of shutting it down a little bit, but it didn't matter because my dude, Luis Perez, was still having his issues, okay? And because we couldn't get a running game going. So, Chuck Long, that's on you, all right? Luis Perez, a lot of it is on you. And y'all know I'll give him his props, man. You guys know this. You heard it in all the losses this year. I'm still like, but it wasn't on Luis Perez. He's still doing his thing. But this one, if you watch this game, something was very wrong with Luis Perez. I don't know if it was up here. I don't know if it was in here. I don't know if he was just not feeling it. I don't know what's going on or what was going on against San Antonio this week. But this was not the Luis Perez that we're used to seeing. Just holding on to the ball too long. I don't know what my dude was doing, but I mean, let's look at his numbers. Okay, let's look at Luis Perez's numbers. Now, he was 22 of 33 for 209 yards and 2 touchdowns. Okay, this is also not the accuracy and the percentage that we're used to him having. You have 11 incompletions, and I mean, a lot of this was just him not even throwing the ball. So 209 yards, 2 touchdowns. It was not a pretty 22 of 33, 209, 2 touchdowns. All right, let's just put it that way. It was not pretty. But I will give you guys my renegade of the game. Sal Cannella, 9 catches for 86 yards and 1 touchdown. And I have said it all season long, and I will continue to say it even now, that Sal Cannella is the best tight end in the UFL. Hands down. You want to debate about it? Bring it. I told y'all this last week. All right? You know somebody who likes another team, so they don't watch this show? Play them this little part and tell them if they want to come on, and we can debate this at the end of the season because I ain't going to have nothing else to talk about since we ain't winning nothing this year. Woosah. Find your place with Zan Gabe and stay there. For real, though, I really think Sal Cannella is the best tight end in the UFL. And this is a guy that could be in an NFL camp this summer. I really do believe that he is built like an NFL tight end. His game, everything, his skill set, his tools, his size, everything is perfect for the NFL tight end game. You know what I mean? The dude's got hands. He can make those contested catches. He can run block. He could do whatever he has to do. The only issue I've had with Sal Cannella is a lot of times when he's doing those off-the-ball penalties, okay, that don't need to happen. But other than that, I mean, the dude is primed to become an NFL tight end. He's the best tight end in the UFL. And I got to cling to this, y'all, because we ain't got much else to cling to right now. All right, so Hellraisers, join me. Join me in this. We got to get Sal Cannella to the NFL, man, straight up. But shout out to my dude, Renegade of the game. Had another great game this week. 9 catches for 86 yards and 1 touchdown, man. The dude is very difficult to cover, and it showed again this week, man. But, you know, I mean, I can't say nothing about the Brahmas now. They only put up 20, but that's all they needed. You know what I mean? We were able to kind of slow them down in the second half, but it didn't matter because we couldn't fight back offensively. We couldn't get it done. You know what I mean? So Normandy ended up 17-25, 319 yards. Like I said, a lot of that was on McFarland. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. You want to pad the stats for your quarterback, do your thing, dog. I ain't going to hate on that. I really am not. So it was enough to get him the win. And Man, what can I say? What can I say? Brahmas move on. I still am not impressed enough. I mean, you look at it, if you look at how dominating they were against us in that first half, 20-15, guys, was not. That's not the kind of score this should have been. I mean, this should have been an absolute blowout. You know what I mean? They should have blown us out. I mean, I'm talking this should have been like a 40-15 type of game. They didn't need that. I get it, but I'm just saying, y'all gonna have to do a hell of a lot better when you go up against the Battlehawks in that XFL championship and that Battlehawks team that we're gonna be taking on next week. We're gonna get to that in just a little while. But yeah, y'all hit me up on the social media, man. Let me know what you think. Or just shoot me an email. Send me a question about it. We'll talk about it. The number one renegadesfan at gmail.com. One renegadesfan at gmail.com. You can find me also on X. My handle is at One Gridiron Nation, at One Gridiron Nation, on Facebook at Gridiron Nation Podcast. Find me up on YouTube, Gridiron Nation Podcast, and TikTok. And actually, my TikTok has changed. All right. So I apologize for that. You can still find it under Gridiron Nation Podcast, though, if you search it. I didn't update this. I apologize for that. All right. And you can also find me on Instagram, GGarcia_gridiron. All right. So, yeah, y'all be sure to hit me up and let me know what you thought of this last week's game. If you want to vent to me, go right ahead. Go right ahead. You can find me up on Facebook, man. Be sure to join the actual home of Hellraisers Podcast. It's a group on Facebook. And it's called the Renegades Fan Nation. You can join me on there. I'm always putting out the questions on there that I read on here. And, y'all can let me know your thoughts and how it went down this game. Vent out your frustrations, all right, for what you had for this week. But for now, y'all, we're going to take a little break, man. For those watching on Fuel, I got to hit it up, pay the bills a little bit, all right? So I'm going to be right back, y'all. Do not go nowhere, all right? Hellraisers Podcast, baby. Welcome back to Hellraisers Podcast, y'all. I am your host, Gabriel Garcia. Thank you for joining me on another episode. I know it's been a rough season, y'all. I know it's been hard. Trust me, it gets a little bit difficult getting motivated to come on here and talk about another loss. But you know what I use? I use that kind of negative energy to come on and bet. This is where I get it out, baby, and that's a positive thing. You know what I'm saying? But, hey, check it out, man. It's time to go around the UFL and talk about what went down this past week other than our game. We had the Showboats at the Panthers, and, of course, the Panthers ended up winning this game 24-18, as I expected. I expected a low-scoring game, and I know they got over 20 points, but this was not a pretty game to watch. It was not. Moving on. Roughnecks at the Stallions, and y'all got to be honest, man. The Roughnecks hung in there a little more than I expected. I expected them to get mopped, man, straight up. Straight up. But, hey, 35-28, they hung in there. But, I mean, when it came to the end, they just couldn't get it done, man, because Stallions, talent wins out, baby. And that squad is looking legit. They are looking dangerous. They are looking very tough to beat. Very tough to beat, man. The other game that we had was the Defenders at the Battlehawks. And this one, Manny Wilkins ended up starting this game with no A.J. McCarron. My dude AJ was not playing in this game, and they were. I honestly thought no AJ. I picked DC to win this game. They ended up losing 21-26. They dropped to 3-5. They're out of contention. Okay, but the Battlehawks jumped to 6-2. They are fighting right now for that home field. When it comes to that XFL championship against the Brahmas, those two teams are battling out for the home field right now, man, and they got a couple of tough games coming up. Each one has a tough game. Let's start it, of course, with the Stallions at the Brahmas. Ooh, I'm still not impressed by the Brahmas. I know I say this. I know we lost, but you know what, man? We got issues right now. We got issues right now. So, like I said, I'm still not impressed enough. I mean, the Stallions are not the Renegades, y'all. The Stallions' defense is not the Renegades' defense. I know it's on the road. I know it's in the Alamo Dome. I know them Brahma fans are likely going to show up for this one. But I like the Stallions to go to 9-0. I'm just being real. I like the Stallions to win this game. Ooh, And then they got to take on Michigan, okay, who is at 6-2. The Panthers, man, they'll be taking on the Roughnecks. And by the way, I do like the Stallions to win by, we'll say, 7 points. All right. Panthers at the Roughnecks. Man, I like the Panthers to win this game. I think the Roughnecks will still fight. I think they'll keep it close. That defense is good. That Panthers defense is better. Right? Panthers offense still doesn't impress me. No Wes Hills for the rest of the season. That's going to hurt. That is going to hurt. So I like the Panthers to win this game, but I think it will be another low-scoring, close game. I mean, I'm looking at like 20-18 or something like that. And we got the Defenders at the Showboats. Now, I know everybody's down on the Showboats. I know the Showboats are trash too. You know, this is probably a game that the DC Defenders and the Memphis Showboats is a game that nobody cares about. It's going to be the lowest. Probably, you'll watch the ratings, y'all. I'll really be surprised if anybody watches this game that is not just watching because we're UFL fans. Now, it is on Sunday. A lot of people, it's a holiday weekend. They're going to be gone. I know. Some people may be doing nothing. Let's put on the game. I don't know. But I don't think anybody cares about this game. I'm just being real with it. But you know what? I'm going to pick the DC Defenders to lose this game. I think I got to give the Showboats a little bit of credit in this game because I think they're going to come out and play with some pride. I hope they do, man. Show some life, y'all. Come on. Man, been a tough year for the Showboats after they were on paper being predicted by everybody. Every one of us thought this squad was going to be legit. We thought they were going to be a threat to the Stallions, man. In the UFL. It's tough. It's tough, man. Straight up, though, man. But, yeah, so let me know what y'all think about these games and my picks. Let's compare them, y'all. Okay? And we can talk about it. All right? Now it is time to talk about our big game this week. And this week's segment of Know Thy Enemy featuring the St. Louis Battlehawks Round 2. Ooh, here we go. Here we go. Now, right off the bat, A.J. McCarron will not be starting this game. He's listed as QB2, so likely he will be the emergency quarterback just in case something happens. But Manny Wilkins will get the start. And Wilkins was not, like, really, really impressive in that game last week, okay? Now, he was 9 of 18, 50% throwing, 127 yards, no touchdowns, okay? He ran for 12 attempts for 79 yards against DC. So that is his thing. Okay. Manny Wilkins does not have A.J. McCarron's pocket presence. He does not have his control of this offense in the pass game. He does not have his football IQ. But what he does have is that mobility, man. And that can kill a team. Especially when you're a Renegades fan. We saw it. We saw it against DC. Every time that whole freaking pocket would collapse, man, and we'd be right there. What would Tua do on a big 3rd down and long? My boy would take off. He is gone. We cannot allow that to happen in this game, man. We cannot allow that to happen in this game. So the big key here is going to be keeping him in the pocket. That's going to be tough to do. It's easier said than done, but he will run. Best believe that, especially against our run defense, man. We're trash.